like you don't know, like you don't care if they do something to you. Maybe you try to understand them, but you don't give them more time. But people who are in your family, you want to give them more time.
Yes, of course.
More time. Okay. Share with me something that other people haven't shared about Vietnamese culture that you would like me to know. Besides about the new year or other stuff, is there anything about your culture that you feel that it's very important that foreigners should know when they come to your country?
For example, if I have a foreigner friend come to visit my family, they should know how to behave with the elderly. Because
Correct.
in Vietnamese culture, the younger generation must show their great
The respect.
to the elderly.
Yes, that's correct. That's one thing that's very important. American people,
And
they do show respect, but not as much as how Vietnamese people would show respect to their elders.
for
Go ahead, gà. Bên gà chắc nhà gà có party. Hello gà có đó không gà? Uh-oh. Gà. Hello. Uh-oh. Okay, yeah. Okay, I'll talk to you next time because I really want to hear your voice. I haven't talked to you for a few days. Okay, thank you. All right, let me share with you guys some American culture and customs, okay? Here in the United States, when you go into someone's home, when you visit someone's home, you don't have to take off your shoe. American people, they don't like to take off their shoes at home unless it's like, unless they're family members, okay? Unless you guys are a family member. But other than that, if you are a guest or a friend who's coming over, you don't have to take off your shoe, okay? However, in Vietnam, when you come to someone's house, you have to take off your shoe because you guys think, okay, your shoes is dirty, you've walked on so many places, so you should not bring it in, right? You should not bring dirty stuff into the house. Whereas American, it's a different stuff. It's different. You know, all you have to do is just kind of like clean your shoes a little bit to the mat. They have a doormat. We call that a doormat. Chà chà một tí xíu thôi á, and then that's it. Okay. So that is one differences, and also a big differences among the two culture is that when we eat, okay, we share food, but we share food where it's very crucial that you guys don't có nghĩa là ở bên Việt Nam á, mình gắp đũa, right? Mình có thể dùng một cái đũa của mình gắp tùm lum đồ ăn hết, right? They don't like second hand. Okay? Not second hand, but double dip. We call that double dip. Double dipping. They do not like that because they think double dipping, they do not want to taste your saliva or eat anything in the same plate as yours. Okay? If you want to get the same food, you have to use a separate spoon or a fork. You cannot share food unless you are husband and wife or you're a boyfriend and girlfriend. Other than that, if you're eating with them, you cannot share their food. Okay? And they don't like to pick their food. All right? If you were going to pick food or use the same chop, same fork as you are using to eat to take the food on the table, they will not touch that. They will tell you right away, hey man, no double dipping. For example, if you have a sauce, okay, some kind of sauce that you want to dip in a meat, you have to take a spoon, scoop that sauce into your plate, and dip it on your plate. You cannot dip it with them. Okay, that is one thing that you have to learn. That it's very different. And also, I shared with you the other day, eating manners is very important in the United States. It is one of the most important things that we emphasize to kids. Okay, the reason why eating manners is so important is because it tells people that you're well mannered and you're well taught by your parents. If you are rude when you're eating, for example, you run around, you eat in time, you know, or you don't sit right. Americans always teach their kids that when you're sitting, you're not supposed to slouch. Do you understand the word slouch? Slouch nghĩa là mình ngồi đó mà mình phải like ngồi thẳng lên, mình không có được like ngồi khom lưng, right? You have to sit up straight. That is called an eating manner, the etiquette. When you eat, you have to eat slow. You cannot stuff yourself so fast. You close your mouth when you eat, even when you chew or when you drink soup. You cannot slurp. Okay? And also, there's khi mà cái bàn ăn của họ đó, họ có hai cái nĩa và hai cái muỗng, okay? Và hai cái dao. So tất cả là họ có 6 món trên cái bàn của họ. Tại sao họ phải dùng hai cái nĩa? Okay? Một cái nĩa là họ dùng cho main course, okay? Một cho dessert hay là appetizer. Tại sao họ phải có hai cái muỗng? Một cái muỗng là họ dùng cái muỗng bự đó mà nó có cái vòng tròn bự đó, có nghĩa là họ dùng cho ăn súp. Hay là cái muỗng nhỏ họ dùng để họ lấy nước sauce, okay? Tại sao họ phải dùng hai cái dao? Một cái dao á, thì họ sẽ ăn thịt, okay? Like steak, right? Cái dao đó nó gọi là serrated knife. Serrated knife có nghĩa là cái dao mà nó có những cái bức mà nó it goes up and down, like a V, like that. Serrated knife, okay? Yeah, cái cưa, thank you. Cái cưa đó, okay? And then a regular knife. So we call that a regular knife, just a knife, and then we call the other one a steak knife. Like if you were going to serve steak, okay? Like if you're going to serve steak, so so there's 4 items, okay? Cái đó là cái chỉ là silverware thôi nha, okay? Muỗng nĩa nó gọi là silverwares, okay? Muỗng nĩa, so hai cái muỗng, hai cái nĩa và hai cái knife, okay? Nhưng mà thường lúc ở nhà đó thì chỉ có một cái knife thôi. Khi nào mà mình ăn steak á, họ mới đem cái steak knife ra, okay? Alright. Còn bây giờ mình nói qua cái dĩa nha, okay? Khi mà họ trưng bày trên bàn họ cái dĩa nha, lúc nào họ cũng có hai dĩa hết, okay? Cái dĩa đầu tiên là nó nhỏ hơn, okay? Cái dĩa đầu tiên ở chính giữa nó nhỏ hơn và họ có một cái dĩa bự nữa. Cái dĩa bự đó là mình cho ăn là main course. Main course là I don't know how to say, là ăn điểm tâm. Còn cái dĩa nhỏ đó thường lúc là một là mình ăn salad hay là mình để bánh mì, okay? Hay là mình ăn những cái món gì mà mình share với nhau đó, okay? Alright. So khi mà các bạn vô trong nhà hàng Mỹ đó, nó serve hơi khác một tí xíu hơn ở bên Việt Nam. Tại vì khi mà các bạn đi nhà hàng Việt Nam á, thì nó rất nhau. Đây là cái cách khi mà bạn vào một cái nhà hàng Mỹ, trên không cái nó là nhà hàng chứ không phải là fast food nha, okay? Đầu tiên bạn vào đó, bạn không có phải ngồi chỗ nào cũng được ngồi đâu, okay? Bạn phải chờ một cái người, nó gọi là hostess, okay? A hostess, okay? Cái người tiếp viên á, không phải là người tiếp bàn đâu, okay? Không phải là waiter or waitress đâu. Một cái người hostess, okay? Cái người mà đứng mà greet you guys when you come into a restaurant. You tell them, they'll ask you, how many people? You tell them, 2, 4, 6 or whatever. And then they tell you, okay, can you wait? Let me check if there's any opening. They always ask you that. You never go in and sit down right away. You come in, you said how many people, right? They ask you how many people, you tell them how many people, and they go look for a seat. And they always ask you for your preference, okay? Preference, they always ask you, would you like to sit in a booth? Okay, most restaurant has a booth, or would you like to sit in a regular table? Booth là booth là những cái ghế ngồi, nó giống như là cái ghế sofa vậy đó. không biết dịch, okay? Nó không phải là cái bàn ăn, không phải là cái bàn ăn bình thường, okay? Nhưng mà cái booth là giống như là một cái ghế like kind of like a lounge chair a little bit. Okay, a booth. They will ask you, you want a regular table? Actually, they ask you 3 things. Nếu mà cái chỗ đó nó có cái bar, they'll ask you, would you like to sit at the bar, a booth, or a regular table? Okay? So let me repeat. Would you like to sit at a bar, a booth or a regular table? Me, I always sit at a booth. Tại vì a booth, tại vì mình thích là comfortable position và nó dễ hơn, okay? Và nó dễ hơn. So after they ask you that, they sit you down, they give you a menu, and they always tell you, I'll be back. They always give you at least 5 to 6 minutes to look at the menu. They don't rush you. Cái đó là cái sự khác biệt của tiệm Mỹ và tiệm Việt Nam. Khi bạn vô tiệm Việt Nam là bạn biết bạn sẽ ăn cái gì rồi. Tại vì cái người chủ tiệm Việt Nam họ, tại vì các món đặc sản của họ là ok, tôi bán phở thì bạn vô dĩ nhiên là bạn phải ăn phở. Họ vào họ đưa cái thiệp bạn, cái 2 phút sau bạn lại ok, chị muốn order cái gì? Trong nhà hàng Mỹ you cannot do that. You cannot do that because when you do that, the customer thinks that you are rushing them. You should never rush your customer. Never rush your customer. When you rush your customer, that tells that you don't have proper etiquette, right? You're rushing them. You don't have proper etiquette, okay? So you always give them the appropriate time to look at the menu. Before you order anything, they always ask you, would you like to have something to drink before you order? Lúc nào họ cũng lấy nước, họ cũng hỏi nước trước hết, ok? Anh Lục chỉ cho em giải thích cái này xong rồi em trả lớp lại cho anh nha. Xin lỗi anh ha, ok? Cho em khoảng 5 phút ha, ok? So they always ask you, would you like to drink while you look at the menu? Would you like to order a drink before? No, a drink while you look at the menu. Okay? Would you like to order a drink while you look at the menu? Okay? Có nghĩa là bạn có muốn order một cái ly nước trong khi bạn nhìn cái menu không? Tại vì trong